be in vain if we do not address our economy. We must not behave as if we are not aware of our realities. The economy of this city is not in the hands of our people. It is a fact that whites and Indians are controlling the economy of our city, including foreign nationals. We want to be equal. Siyalingana emehlweni kaJehova ukhongolose uzabalingane bonke abantu akho ndoda yadla usonto yayodwa. We need to create opportunities for our people through agricultural flagship projects known as RASET, our radical economic transformation, and also grow our rural and township economy. We have linked the programs of poverty eradication and the RASET with Operation Sukumasake to ensure that we have an integrated, targeted, and effective service delivery approach to prioritize the most impoverished wards and households in a structured manner. There is no need for violence, intimidation, corruption, and emotions to transform the economy. We need to be united and agree to change and also agree to share. I want to repeat this. There is no need for violence, intimidation, corruption, and emotions to transform our economy. We need to be united and agree to change and agree to share. The cake is too big. Big business must learn to share with small business and local business. They must also mentor them. It should not be about being exposed and compliance, but it must be based on understanding our revolutionary cause and understanding goals of our NGP. Business, however, doesn't give rights to small business to stop and intimidate projects. I want to repeat this. This is, however, does not give rights to small business to stop and intimidate projects. This is a very bad for our image and investment portfolio. Big business is willing to share, but there must be proper engagement. So we no longer tolerate disruption and lawlessness in the city and desert and province as a whole. Our police have begun to say, "Tumamina," to deal with crime. Our duty as the government of the people and responsive facing the city is to create a conducive environment for investors. Investors are very much important. Without them, we will never be able to create more jobs. We must create an environment for business to thrive in order to create the much needed jobs. Government alone can never create jobs. We are proud to present to you today our balanced and fully funded budget, which will ensure service delivery in terms of the needs identified in our IDP, as well as we want to ensure the financial viability and sustainability of municipality. We have ensured that there is a good balance between economic, social, and rehabilitation expenditure. The total budget of Ethekwini is 45.8 billion. And is made up of an operating budget of 28.7 billion and a capital budget of 7.8 billion. Despite increasingly challenging circumstances, service delivery will continue to be sustained through this budget by prioritizing expenditure to ensure key objectives are achieved. Provisions in this medium-term budget continue to support government's commitment to broadening service delivery and expanding investment and, of course, infrastructure. The budget has been given up to contribute to municipality achieving the strategic objectives of the IGP. The 2018-2019 MTFF is informed by the municipality's long-term financial strategy with emphasis on affordability. water increase, and SALCA, with the labor unions, determine the salary increase. Austerity measures. We are committed to reducing costs and ensuring value for money for our citizens and also our ratepayers. Some of the initiatives relate to utilization of vehicles being closely monitored. Utilization of vehicles is going to be closely monitored. Underutilized vehicles being removed and pulled. Unauthorized also need to be monitored. We need to authorize whatever we are doing with our vehicles. It's very important as a city. Cost-benefit analysis being done in terms of lease versus purchase, as well as repair versus replacement. Fuel, overtime, security costs, catering, consultants, costs are some of the costs that are closely monitored. I just want to applaud our treasurer because he is working tirelessly with our city manager to change the mindset of our staff and all of us to make sure that we comply. Benchmarking of costs undertaken by management services, SAPS standard also being used. Productivity analysis to include value for money and staff redeployment. I know it's not a very good thing to be done, but if we want to achieve that I've spoken about above, we must really do the staff redeployment to make sure that we reach our goal as a city. All travel being closely monitored. It can't be free for all. It must be approved by our city manager, on the side of officials, on the side of councillors, our speaker and myself as the mayor. We must know who is going where to do what. Is it a value for money or is just a trip? We are cutting catering costs and t-shirt budget. Revenue, total revenue is 38.7 billion. The major sources of revenue are as follows. 13.1 billion, that is 34% from electricity. 9.2 billion, that is 24% from grants and subsidies. 7.4 billion, that is 19% from property rates. 4.4 billion, that is 11.4% from water. These four sources of income make up to 88.4% of the total revenue. The municipality is committed to maintaining our excellent cash collection rates and liquidity. We have a strategy in place to maximize collections and ensure revenue competence. The budget has a key focus on job creation because 2018 is dedicated to jobs, unity and renewal. We have several programs, including the EPWP, which focus on vulnerable groups, especially women, youth and disabled. We also have several catalytic projects, in particular, the Go Durban projects, which will create corridors with nodal development, mixed use and densification. We are committed in job creation. We will be able to achieve that by working with private and public sector. As the city of Durban, we have created work opportunities. Just to mention few, about 200 Metropolis recruits will be starting on the 1st of June. We hope they will respect their jobs and stop playing WhatsApp during work hours. We are putting our foot down. Police must have teeth. They must do their work. This training is going to be very tough because we want things to be done. We have trained about 1,389 plumbing contractors to undertake water-related services. We are having 1,500 caretakers employed in our ablution facilities. And we are having another 50 that is going to be employed. We have 360 266 community-based contractors that have employed 1,770 people for refuse removal. 13 graduate engineers employed under the Water Mentorship Program. 140 community-based contractors utilized in the rollout of rural water and sanitation projects. EPWP grant is 75.3 million. Work opportunities that are estimated at 25,855. Zibambele poverty alleviation, we are having 95.2 million. Over 6,500 jobs are going to be created on top of what we have. Sihlanzimvelo stream cleaning. We have put aside 38 million to make sure that our streams are being cleaned. And right now, work is continuing. We want to add another 500 because we want all the streams of eThekwini to be cleaned, because for them, if they are clean, even if storms come, we'll overcome that. On the side of youth, we've heard our communities complaining that they want our youth to be sharpened. Now, under skills, we've mentioned that we've put aside 107.8 million to make sure that our youth is sharpened. And we're having 85 community gardens. And also, we want to increase by 33.6 million. Our vulnerable groups, abantu bethu abakhubazekile, women, kanye youth, because it cuts across, we are having 22 million just for our programs to educate them, because we can do our development, but if people are not educated, not going to assist. Coming to our catalytic project, we are continuing with attracting big business in the city and making Durban an investment destination. We are working with big business and we have about 25 catalytic projects. The projects are poised for a major boost with several catalytic projects which will create investment and employment and business opportunity. We recently did a sword turning ceremony at Point Waterfront Promenade. The 300 million beachfront promenade extension is a catalytic project to the tune of 35 billion. Point Waterfront development to be undertaken in 3 phases over 5 to 10 years. This project will unlock 35 billion development, 200 million annual rates revenue. For us, it's very much important. We need rates, 11,000 jobs and about 7,000 permanent jobs. The city is going to further invest more, 120 million in terms of water reticulation, which will create about 300 jobs during this construction. Another key project that we have is our Go Durban project. This will provide our people with cheaper, greener, more reliable, and faster means of transport, and thus improve their quality of life. In addition, we see the project as stimulating nodal development and densification with mixed use, leading to more economic development and job creation, which will help address unemployment and inequality. Most importantly, it will help address the apartheid era spatial planning of the city that we have inherited. The project has a total investment value of 63 billion and will create 17,335 construction jobs and 1,659 permanent jobs. Economic notes: the C3 corridor from KwaMashu, Bridge City to Pinetown, and have spent over 2 billion, which have attracted business to invest in retail and housing. This interest has attracted investment of above 1 billion, which attracts more than 2,000 jobs. During its construction, it has generated more than 1,000 jobs. Bridge City, we will have gap housing provided by private sector, and that project is worth more than 500 million. It will create jobs during construction, and once completed, we are building a government mall from the next financial year, which will have all services of government, and we are making contribution as the city. We have facilitated the establishment of Umhlanga Precinct, which have projects such as Nedbank Office, the ARC, and Oceans Umhlanga, and they are all under construction. All these projects create more than 2,500 jobs during construction. Once completed, they will create more than 2,000 jobs and create our rate base by 250 million annually. The combined investment of this project is about 6 billion, of which Ocean Umhlanga is 4 billion alone. Our contribution is about 150 million. Umhlanga corridor, which links our economy to our neighboring municipality, like KwaDukuza, Trade Port, and Shaka Airport.
Sound, can you please assist?
Umhlanga corridor links our economy to our neighboring municipality like KwaDukuza, Dube Trade Port, and King Shaka Airport. In the south, we have about 1 billion project, which is known as Clearwood Logistic Park at the old race course. This project is already under construction and has created more than 300 jobs. And once it has been completed, it will have more and more jobs. Ilovu Auto Supply Park, this 6.5 billion project will create 6,000 jobs during construction and 2,600 permanent jobs. It is the partnership between us, Toyota, and our provincial government. It will give opportunities to black and small manufacturers to supply Toyota with products. In the Outer West, we are pleased to announce the progress in the Keystone project, which is a logistic hub which was facilitated by us, and there is a private sector investor. The investment is now sitting above 1.5 billion, and more than 400 jobs were created during construction. This will revitalize the economy of the area with job opportunities in the industry. The economy in the Hammarsdale area has been revitalized since the project, and more industries are establishing manufacturing sites there. In the west, at Nchongweni, project is coming in this. This is a mixed-use project. It will link us to Umsunduzi municipality, and this will create more rate base. Next year in March, there will be a regional mall. It will create thousands of in the inner and outer west. In the inner city, we have a Centrum Park project in front of the city hall. It will have government offices, new library, new council chamber, and Gold Durban station. The progress is that we are going ahead with construction of the library, and National Treasury has given us a go-ahead to develop in this site. We are engaging. My apologies. We are engaging for additional financial assistance for the area. It's such a big work to be done. Work streams comprised of various departments have now been established. Siyaqhuba asimile. Konopia, it already has started. When it's completed, the entire development will create 48,000 permanent jobs. Other areas like Suncoast Casino, Umhlanga, Keystone are progressing very well, as I've told you about. There are other projects that were mentioned by our Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Baba Willis Thembinkosi Mchunu, Okamacingwane, Uphakade, Unyanda Mkhonto, in his budget speech as a provincial premier. I just want to name the few. I was very much excited as the mayor. No project will be named in the provincial government that is not going to be on the ground. Projects are named because work is being done and soil is fertile. Everything is going to be moving. We all know about these projects. I just want to start with the first one. Konopia Phase 2. Konopia is already in motion, but Okamacingwane said they are continuing to Lulisandla by putting 4.2 billion at Konopia Award 102. Waqhubeka Okamacingwane wathi ufaka u2.9 billion ku Umlazi Regeneration Project. Waqhubeka wathi ufaka 6.3 billion kwaMashu Bridge City Urban Hub. Waqhubeka wathi ufaka 1.8 billion eThekwini Inner City Regeneration Project. Apha mangami ngishilo ngathi Inner City we are taking no nonsense approach. Sizoqhubeka ngempela nansi imali ikhona sinikeziwe. Bese ngigcina ngeindawo ezayicindezele okwakukhona amabhafa wesasihlukaniswa nabakithi ngoba sonke sinegazi elifanayo singabandawonye sithi phansi ngamabhafa phansi. Abacindezeli bakha amabhafa bathi khona iMount khona iPhoenix sithi siwumkhandlu waseThekwini silekelelwa uPrima wethu weKwaZulu Natal iproject ephatha uWard 56, 59, 52, 57, 53 ebizwa ngeGreater Amawodi Housing Project. Izo sinikeza izitolo inxanxathela isinikeze izindlu isinikeze amaklinik isinikeze imigwaqo isinikeze konke esasicindezela. Okamacingwane uPrima wethu usigixabeze ngemali ewu3.8 billion kule project. We are going ahead with our radical economic transformation program. The radical socio-economic transformation was a non-negotiable prerequisite for achieving a national democratic society, our NDR. Our MEC Zikalala Khuzeni uyichaze ngokuthi, I quote, sikhulisa umnotho, sibuyisele abantwini kubanikazi bawo, I close quote. We will unbundle the opportunities for the benefit of local contractors. Ngiyamthanda kakhulu Khuzeni, leader in business wase KZN, umesesibizile njengeymeya esethi akumele ukuthi umsebenzi obiza ibillion udliwe umuntu oyedwa awuhlukaniswe bonke abantu bathole kuleli khekhe ukuze kwehle ububha. We will unbundle the opportunities for the benefit of our local contractors, black professionals, and black business in general, and Africans in particular. We must all work together for the success of this program. We will be building, capacitating small business through our incubation program. We have identified those areas that will be lucrative for the economic transformation. We have set aside 5 million for this incubation project. We are also reviewing the city's economic growth and job creation strategy. This year, we will devise creative ways in which to promote Durban as an idea investor location for businesses. One of the relevant projects here will relate to the industrialization, revitalization strategy, as well as a study on the cost and ease of doing business. These initiatives are supported and guided by the city's Spatial Development Framework. This development framework guides the spatial distribution of land uses in the municipality and gives tangible effect to our spatial vision by directing where the city should intervene to achieve our economic development and transformational objectives. Dumsan Makhaya Highway is one example where we have opened a billion road project that will unlock development, economic opportunities for the people of the affected areas of the entire city. We are doing away with apartheid planning that separated our people through such development. This road is one of our major investments by the government, totaling more than 1.3 billion. The Dumsan Makhaya Highway makes a huge contribution to the social, political, and economic transformation objectives, including job creation, participation of small and emerging African and local contractors, as well as training and skills development for young people through participation in learnership programs. The Midway Mall and its construction will start in August this year, and everything has been approved. We will ensure that local youth, business, and people will get opportunities and jobs through our city manager, Mshazi, who will make sure ukuthi lokho kuyenzeka. Coming to our RASET program. Since the adoption of RASET program by Council on the 28th June 2016, which is about 24 months ago, the municipality has gone a long way in reigniting the agribusiness sector within the city, with a special focus to the small-scale farmers and small processing companies. In support of small farmers, we have procured about 6 tractors to support the more than 400 small-scale farmers in and around eThekwini. Sifaka ogandaganda bangempela, hayi laba bekwaito neGqom Music. The municipality-owned tractors are also completed by the use of small-scale contractors who provide mechanization services on behalf of the municipality. We have facilitated the farming and plowing of more than 234 hectares of small-scale farmers. This is a sum of above 150 farmers who have received mechanization support and experience an increase in their production yields. About 30 cooperatives have received infrastructure support related to fencing and irrigation. The construction of this infrastructure is currently ongoing. Areas such as Umzinyati, Cottonlands, Umbumbulu, KwaDabeka, KwaMashu, Inanda, Zwelibomvu, Waterloo, and Newlands are also benefiting. As of February 2018, the municipality assumed ownership of the Rainbow Chicken Farm based in Kettle Ridge. To date, the municipality has been busy with securing the site, infrastructure and renovations, assessment and maintenance of the yards. More than 500 farmers attended the launch of RASET program and mechanization held in Ottawa in March 2018. Asibali amaqanda angekho nani khona. Various opportunities were shared with the farmers, including the production of rabbits, onokwacha. These are the niche markets that the municipality is keen to support. Township development. We are moving forward with all the projects we have announced for township development. Yesterday, we were at Umlazi doing a soil turning on Sibusiso Mdagani Road next to Wamex Lifestyle, and on Friday, we are going back to another soil turning at Umlazi Station for another big development. It's a flyover at Umlazi Station and a big mall that will come with work. Of course, we have not forget our small business. They will be part and parcel of this big development. This will be a number of developments from Umlazi, KwaMashu, KwaMakhuta, Umalanga, Inanda, Tuzuma, Claremont, and including our other townships. We are bringing our services closer to the people, creating an environment that will make township business to strive. There will be more jobs created in townships and through our infrastructural investment like roads, electricity, fiber, and water. we are turning our townships to become New Jerusalem, away from apartheid Jericho status. In addition to that, our planning unit continues to undertake short, medium to long-term plans in order to facilitate new investment development of land as well as regularization of the built environment. In the current financial year, the following plans will be completed and they are going to be adopted by the Council. 1, Special Development Framework 1819 Review. 2, Ward 105 Local Area Plan. That's what is coming from Lower South Coast. We are incorporating that ward to be really, really part of us so that they can also benefit out of what we are doing. Number 3, Cato Ridge Local Area Plan Review. The next one, Simbini Kologoto Functional Area Plan and Land Use Management Scheme. Another one is Central Densification Implementation Pilot Project. Example is Bonella, Pinetown, and Chatsworth. Another one is Student Accommodation Precinct Plan. It can't be correct that we are having so many universities, but our students are lacking accommodation. Hence, as a city, we are taking this matter very serious. Inkunzi sematholeni, abantwana bethu fanele baphephe. The last one is Mpumalanga Northern Functional Area Plan and Land Use Management Scheme. In addition, we have witnessed successful implementation of the Spatial Planning and Land Use Management Bylaw, which will catalyze further reforms in the city's planning system. Sisoshintweni for abantu bakithi. Coming to tourism, eThekwini has always been a popular tourist destination for domestic and international tourists. Over the years, we have hosted many significant world events that has helped to put Durban on the global travel markets. This year, we hosted the Africa Travel Tourism, formerly known as Tourism Indaba, where we once again played host to the world, not to South Africa alone. The future bodes well for our tourism market following the decision by British Airways to introduce direct non-stop flights between London's Heathrow Airport and King Shaka International Airport from October this year. Siyabonga Sihle Zikalala, our leader in business, for making sure that you work with us from Durban to Heathrow, making sure that it's easy for our tourists and for the business. Azibe nkulu izandla kuloo ndawo. Honorable Speaker, smart city and also our future of our city. The budget also focuses on taking our city forward and on helping to make us a smart and future city. As a city, we are committed to the triple bottom line and in particular, environmental sustainability. We are committed to reducing our carbon footprint and meeting the Paris Agreement targets. We are currently rolling out a pilot in respect of electric buses. We have several projects to ensure environmental sustainability, which relates inter alia to energy efficiency, retrofitting buildings, water sustainability, food security, alternate sources of energy, health, biodiversity, etc., etc. We are clearly a leader in South Africa and Africa in terms of going green and reducing our carbon footprint. We are committed to building a green economy and addressing climate change. Ultimately, we want to uplift the quality of life of our people socially, environmentally, and economically. Not forgetting that as the mayor of eThekwini in Durban, I'm also the deputy chairperson of C40 climate change in the whole world as a woman mayor. In a city regeneration, the implementation of the integrated public transport system catalytic project together with the built environment performance plan will assist in spatially transforming the city. The city is committed to revitalizing the inner city through our Inner City Regeneration Plan, which aims to attract business back into the city center. Our plan has already received an international recognition, and our duty is to fully implement. Nizwile kahle makhansela. Our plan has already received an international recognition, and our duty is to fully implement. We plan, then we implement. We don't dream. We are cleaning crime and crime. We are taking the city back. We are taking our city back. No criminal will have any space within our city. We want to bring back our people, visitors, business, students, and tourists back to the inner city. We have set aside a budget for it, and we will have a zero tolerance approach. I would like to give back and also make some announcements. One number. We have launched a single number. Instead of memorizing more numbers, this new platform of accessing the contact centers is toll-free to both landlines and cell phone, and ultimately means that instead of remembering 5 different numbers, the citizen will need to know one number that will link them to municipal services. Number 2, mayoral hotline. We have launched the mayoral hotline in February, which is in my office. The line deals with escalated queries. We have received more than 400 cases ranging from complaint of service delivery, business proposal, and some even asking for appointments to meet the mayor. As a mother and also as a granny, the last one as a leader, I'll make time and I will also delegate where there's a need. Councillors concerned or official, they will avail themselves to make sure that we assist our communities. Indeed, we are a caring city. Coming to the statue of our President O.R. Nelson Mandela, we have already started the procurement processes. Our call is for local artists. This is part of radical economic transformation agenda. Rebranding, we have established a committee that is composed of the affected departments. We hope to unveil our new logo before the end of this year. I'm urging all those in creative space and school kids to start thinking about design of our logo and new image. It is important for us. Smart City. In terms of Smart City initiative, we have embraced the 4th Industrial Revolution and invested in information system and digital technology. This includes projects such as public Wi-Fi, oblique photography, gold and related technology, and e-procurement system initiative to automate process moving into a paperless green environment. One number for call centers, e-services, city services through the web, FEWs, flood early warning system is very important because our citizens must know early if there's going to be floods, etc., etc. We certainly appreciate that we need to be smart and innovative, but that we also prioritize projects to ensure ratepayers get back for their buck. It is important. You get what you have paid for. Ratepayers for us are very much important. Somlomo, we have increased our free Wi-Fi hotspots to 90, and by the end of this year, we will be sitting at 140. The total number of unique devices registered has grown from 120,000 to over 600,000. Feedback from some of the users from Mlazi, KwaMashu, Inanda, Tuzuma, Claremont, and other areas on social media indicates that the availability of free Wi-Fi has improved access to information. It has allowed residents to apply for jobs online. It has allowed students to focus on improving their studies through online research without the financial strain. SMMEs are able to do business transactions without leaving the township. It has promoted the use of municipal facilities where free Wi-Fi is provided, such as parks, libraries, and sporting fields. We are also installing smart metering and water and electricity. We have already started with our electricity department. This is good news for our consumers. We will have formal launch when we roll out the program in full force. Coming to Invest Durban, we have launched an Invest Durban department to make a step change in eThekwini's attraction and retention of significant new investment for the benefit of all. We'll be going to London to engage more investors and other countries or cities in future. I will soon be announcing my team, Durban. We are ready. That will advise me as a mayor on the issues of economy. In the next July full council, I'll be announcing my team, Durban. I'm very proud because going to London, I'm not going to be going alone. I'm going to be accompanied by a team of business members led by our credible business people, Andre Kipila and others. It's a mixed business delegation and high level of officials to make sure that we attract investors. Of course, we said we want to work together to make sure that our city shines. Moja Cruise. We will be giving incentives to taxi drivers and owners who are respecting our rules. We will officially launch this pilot project this year. Our aim is to transform the public transport industry for the benefit of our public. Also to empower and transform the minibus operators so that we respond to the stigmatization associated with the operators. Imboni yezokuthutha yosomatekisi ibalulekile kuthina somkhandlu wesiseThekwini ngoba yimboni yona yodwa imboni yabantu abamnyama. So sizibophezele ukusondela kuyona, sisebenzisane nayo, siqinisekise ukuthi uhlelo luka Go Durban uma liqhubeka kuma notes ethu nabo bayahlomula ukuze kuqhubeke impilo zephambili. Ama-title. We have initiated and driven a program of issuing title deeds through the collaboration of national and provincial government. This has been over 2 months, the distribution of over 3,000 title deeds for houses. This program is about dignity of our people. It's the first time of its kind where a citizen of township will have something to leave for the future generation. Service delivery, we are committed to service delivery because this is what people and our ratepayers are expecting to us. We were able to achieve despite the challenges. We have built about 3,000 houses. We have connected about 1,700 new water connections, about 10,000 electricity connections, including rural and informal settlements, about 17 kilometers of access roads, sidewalks, and gravel surfacing have been completed. Challenges. We have our fair share of challenges, and we believe that we will be able to eventually prosper. As Amil Cabral once said, I quote, hide nothing from the masses of our people. Tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told. Mask no difficulties. Mistakes, failures, claim no easy victories. I close course. Number one, project stoppages. This is a serious challenge. We have been meeting with forums that are stopping work in the city. Some of these business forums are receiving information from some of our own officials, some of the project managers that we contract, and even they are receiving in some of the main contractors that have contracted with the city. They are colluding to change their pricing range, but we welcome the effort by the Office of the Premier to deal with this matter politically and legally. Rapid urbanization. Due to unemployment, more people are moving into Durban which is the only metro in KZN. Some come from across the borders of countries in Asia, Southern Africa like Mozambique and Lesotho, and statistically, there is indication that relocation to Durban is mainly from Eastern Cape and within KZN province. This results in a huge strain on the capacity of our services and also increase in our service delivery backlog. This has affected areas like Umkhumbane, Amaoti, Amalukazi, Claremont. These are some of the areas that are affected. And right now, these areas are affected by TB and other diseases due to poor social conditions. We are working with the national government and our provincial government in responding to such matters affecting our people head, but also aligning cities and provincial social infrastructure delivery programs to increase capacity to deal with such crisis. Ukuba seThekwini abantu bayakuthanda kumnandi. Ukuba khona ngaphakathi infrastructure igcina incane. Incaniswa abantu abazofuna umsebenzi. Iphinde kanti inkinga esinayo ukuthi vele ngokuthi sibe kwi-democracy wonke umuntu abengxenye yeTheku kusidalelile inkinga. Ngakho ke ababesicindezela bangalinge ba-grandstand ngalokho ngoba silwa nomonakalo ka 365 years. We are only 24 years as a city. RMS billing system, we have a challenge with people getting higher bills and unable to pay. We are really concerned as a result. We are investigating the system and also going out heavily on road shows over the weekends. We will also be introducing a new debt collection system known as 80/20 to assist our communities. If you owe us electricity, we will install a prepaid meter and allow you to pay us in installment. We will announce soon with more details. Issues of climate change. The issue of climate change is affecting us. Last year in October, we experienced a big gas disaster which destroyed our properties, eroded soil, and we lost many lives. These areas that were mostly affected were the areas of the south. We have set aside about 8 million, which will assist us with research and strategies. We urge communities to build houses, not to build houses in floodplains and next to streams. Don't throw litter anywhere. This really affects our environment. Issues of land invasion. People are invading private and public land. Some of the land have been earmarked for serious projects. We reiterate our position that land invasion is against service delivery. It is against our own development. We condemn land invasion, land grab, and land occupation. Everything must be done within the law. Budget hearing adjustment. Budget presentations were made at the 8 main regions of the municipality, as well as other organizations including civic and religious organizations, Amakosi and the Durban Chamber of Commerce and Industry. All questions, issues raised by the public were recorded together with the responses made by councillors and officials. The issues raised by the committee and responses made during these hearings are being covered in separate detailed reports to be submitted to the various standing committees and council. Furthermore, the issues raised are being forwarded to the appropriate departments for comment and action. Therefore, the various causes of action taken by the responsible departments will be tracked on a monthly basis. The following summarized common issues raised by communities by the time I was doing these IDPs are, if I come to housing, people have requested for housing in most regions. Housing projects started but not completed. Certain houses were substandard and in a poor state of repair. RDP houses being sold or rented. Certain houses were destroyed by natural disaster and still not yet repaired. Some RDP houses have no electricity, water, and sanitation. People have complained about situation in all transit camps. Nikhulumile bantu bomphakathi ingakho ngithe ngeke ngikufihle sizwile. For over 20 years, the city has delivered houses, but we acknowledge that the finalization of permanent tenure has drastically lagged behind due to many reasons within and outside our control. Sizoqinisekisa ukuthi konke okwakhala ngakho siyakulungisa. Roads, traffic and calming bridges. People have spoken, bathi abantu badinga ama-bridge, speed humps and sidewalks. The units must now undertake a thorough assessment and respond to key safety impacts raised by our people agency. Electricity. Our people have requested for electricity service connections by some residents. Street lights, outrages like in Umbumbulu, illegal electricity connections resulted in deaths. Water. The issue of water leaks and burst pipes not being attended to timely. Concern over condition of the dam at Umnini, request for water reserves like Dengezi, wastage of water when using standpipes. Safety and security. People have requested for police station and police visibility. People have spoken. Nathi sizwile, sizokhulumisana nabakhulu abafana no-MEC Kaunda. That's why he's here today. Sanitation. People have requested for more ablution facilities. Toilet blockages are not fixed on time. VIP toilet not clean for a long time in some areas. Ablution blocks in crashing area not in use, being damaged, no water. Parks, recreation and cemeteries. People have requested for community halls, grass cutting and tree felling requested in certain areas. Our youth are requesting new libraries, youth centers, crashing and sporting facilities. Namabandla acele izindawo zokukhonzela. Namakhosi acela ukuthi sondele endaweni zawo afuna intuthuko ize ngamawala. Health and environment. Abantu bakhale kakhulu ngokushoda kwesibhedlela nemtholampilo. Omahamba nendlwana nokunyusa kwesikhathi zokusebenza komtholampilo. Phecelezi working hours. Cleansing and solid waste. People have also raised the issue of waste collection and illegal dumping. Skills and job creation. Our youth have requested skills and youth development programs. Amakhosi sengishilo la. Feedback for communities. Okay, thank you. I just want to thank you for participating and attending the budget roadshows, those who managed to be part of the roadshows. I know they will speak lesser in this council, but do their work. Those who did not go to these roadshows, they will grandstand in this council, but not do anything. Councillor Nkosi, I just want to single out you as the member of the executive with your team and the African National Congress and these other parties. Thank you so much for making sure that you attend these roadshows. To address some of the issues raised by those who take care of their communities by going to them, not for coming here to sit and talk. Firstly, I will establish a mayoral prioritization committee. It will be led by a credible councillor, and all parties across the board will be part of that committee. That will look into prioritizing issues and projects. The committee will align our manifesto and IDP or budgets. Leli committee izoqinisekisa ukuthi imali yama-block sum isetshenziswa ukulungisa izinto ezasho umphakathi siye kuwona siyamakhansela. In this budget, there are block sums totaling approximately to 4 billion over the MTRF period, which will cover electricity, water, sanitation, solid waste, roads, housing, interim services, health, ETA, parks, and recreation. Sithe asizukufihla lutho. Bakhulumile abantu ngaphezulu. Sine block sum ka 4 billion. Sine committee le prioritization. Nanku manje izinto abayishilo sizodilivela abantu abakhulumile.
That's transparency that some of you are talking about, but hiding other things. Tina, we are government of the people. We are telling people the truth. And then where we are wrong, we tell our communities. Where we are good, we tell our communities. Furthermore, zonal block sums approximately of 1 billion over the MTRF period have been set aside for ward priorities. 1 billion, subekela amawadi nje, ukuthi lezi zinto ezihlupha umphakathi ke ezinye seceleni, ozothi umphakathi kuyashesha kukhansela, akwenzeka ukuthi siqhuma siyahlala ngalo 1 billion. Siyaqhubeka ngempela, asimile. This will be used to address concerns relating to pedestrians, traffic calming measures, health hazards, sidewalks, passages, and other critical issues. Akho umuntu oqhamuka lapha emakhaya eMbumbulu, koNdwedwe, koMzinyathi, koSindisweni, osifuna hamba odakeni. Sithi akahambe kwi-sidewalk nasemastepsini njengawo oqhamuka eMhlanga, oqhamuka eDurban North, oqhamuka eHillcrest. Passages and other critical issues, especially in underdeveloped areas, and will be prioritized taking into account the areas with most need. Intergovernmental request. Umphakathi wakithi uhlakanipha udlula ukwenza. Wawusiphathisa ubususitshela ukuthi uhulumeni wethu, uhulumeni we-local government, kunohulumeni we-province, kunehulumeni kazwelonke, kunemigwaqo nezinye izinto ezibhilonga kwi-province. Njengohulumeni owodwa, it can't be us and them. Siphathisiweke ukuthi uma umgwaqo onjengalapha koThongathi, onjengalapha yana koHammersdale, onjengalapha koMbumbulu usuwonakele, asulungise njengomkhandlu ngoba sinama-platform esihlangana nawo nohulumeni we-province ukuze kuqhubeke umsebenzi wabantu uye phambili. The municipality will communicate with the provincial authorities where requests were made for schools, hospitals, and other projects. These are provincial competencies. Furthermore, in view of the number of comments received in respect of the condition and maintenance of provincial roads, grass cutting, and other issues within the municipality boundaries, the municipality will initiate a process of engagement and also will create platforms where our departments of province will make sure that we work together. We are also grateful of the support we have been receiving from our Premier, Willis Temkosi Mchunu, and our regional champion, Mama MEC Nomusa Dube Ncube. We also appreciate the support we have received from our President, His Excellency Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, and Minister of Culture, Dr. Zwelini Lawrence Mkhize. We are one united government who is committed to service delivery. We are responding to the call of Tumamina and also of renewal. On the side of youth, we are capacitating the youth office and we have drastically increased the budget. Our youth office is doing visible and good programs, which is targeting all stakeholders across the board. We will continue to support our young people, our future leaders. We will be launching our Youth Month project. We are looking into the issue of youth unemployment, and we had a successful career expo and youth indaba at the ICC. The event was organized by our IEC and also by us as a city, including our independent media group. It was attended by almost 17,000 young people. We have assisted more than 10,000 youth on our training and skills program, such as internship, artisan and plumbers, graduate work experience, learnerships, undergraduate program. We have spent over 200 million on these programs. We are preparing youth for employment through giving them work skills. We are in skills revolution. For us, it's very much important. Akukho la sofaka khona umuntu engaqualify. A person must be multi-skilled to make sure that he faces what he's supposed to face. In the main, we want to create a conducive environment for our youth, children, school children, so that they can grow to fully realize their dream. We want our youth to choose Durban as a city for study, work, growing, and raising their children when they are old. In conclusion, Councillor Tipour, I would like to thank our Treasury team for producing a balanced and credible budget that we all can be proud of. We cannot do everything we want within a budget, but we believe we have our priorities right, and there is a good balance between social, economic, and also rehabilitative stipends. National Treasury have stressed the budget, has assessed the budget, and had this to say, and I quote, "The budget is therefore credible, reliable, funded, and sustainable over the MTRF in terms of Section 18 of the MFMA," I close quote. I would also like to thank my office, the Office of the Speaker, Secretariat, the entire ESCO, our Deputy Mayor, the team that ensured that we hold successful izimbizo of the city and the State of the City address. Siyabonga manager yethu Mshazi, siyabonga ma DCMs, siyabonga ma CEOs, siyabonga ma heads of department, siyabonga managers, siyabonga all our staff, all entities, my African National Congress leadership, my family yakamnguni. Today, I've come with my last born, Tembelani Wiseman Kumete, my youngest son. He's just like his father. I no longer have a husband, but I'm very proud because my son is here. I'm just patting my shoulder. I just want to thank my family, everyone who's here today. I would like to thank members of the Executive Committee and our Deputy Mayor for always being there to support in my presence and in my absentia. Those who are trying their luck will never succeed. We are one. We are working together tirelessly for the Committee of Durban to achieve what is supposed to get. As we are celebrating the centenary of Tata Madiba and Mama Albertina Sisulu in 2018, I want to conclude with these inspiring words from Tata Madiba's words and hopefully inspire you in terms of business, corporate, social responsibility to our local community. I quote, "A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place we so passionately dreamt of," I close quote. Asina mona, asina nzondo, sithunywa ukhongolose, futhi siyamdumisa ukhongolose, umphakathi wethu, umphakathi waseThekwini. Ngiyabonga.
One.
Thank you, councillors. Thank you, councillors.